Well, good weekend for us. Looking forward to the next one. A lot of things that we saw. I think last time I talked to you guys, um, confirming a little bit, watching film, some things we can do, and then do better. And then there are other things that I thought uh, were a little bit better than I imagined. So, not as bad as I thought, not as great as I thought too. So, uh, looking forward to getting the next one and uh, getting out to Fresno, and so it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of our guys are from California, so we're expecting a large following there, and looking forward to the game. So, any questions?
You've talked all season about wanting to see the team you see in practice actually put it on the field. Was
Yeah,
Saturday's performance that level?
that was a lot of what we saw. But I think there's we were up 41-6, and just a little disappointed in the last two drives in our defense because those are guys. Although they're guys getting those reps at the end of the game, they're guys that see some time in games, and so I'd like to see them respond better. And we talked about that as a coaching staff, but um, it's good to be picky when you win, and get some things going. And right now we a lot more confident than we were last week, so we try to ride this wave a little bit more. But talked about it before. Confidence comes from being, from having optimism, but also from preparing well. So looking forward to a great week of preparation.
Is there some sort of identity, and you talked about that all season, that you can take from that game, or is it still, you're still searching for that?
No, there's some good things to work on, but yeah, we're still looking to get better, and so the theme will still be the same, and still prepare the same, and it worked last week, so let's do it again this week, and maybe amp it up a little bit more, and try to have as perfect game as we can. That's what you try to do every week.
It seems like whenever KJ, and this not just this year, but just in years past, when he's come in, he's been able to get chunks of yardage. What do you see from his game that's allowing that for him?
Well, I think he's he works really hard, studying film and also trying to perfect his craft. And there's things that we saw in him that we liked with his abilities and his instincts as a running back, and a lot of that comes from him. His father was a big time player, and grew up understanding the game, and he's named after his pops, and so I imagine he plays a similar way, maybe a little bit faster. Tell Kalen that, but he's got a great feel for the game, and what's underrated about him is his ability to pass protect. He does all things right, and it was good to have him back, and hopefully we can get him back soon.
And what is his status this season?
It's not season ending, and so we'll go day by day right now and just kind of wait and see what happens with him. And there's a chance he could play, this week, and if not, then we'll wait and see what happens after that.
Were there any other season-ending injuries?
Yeah, Grant Jones is done for the year. It's unfortunate. He's starting to really come along well, especially that linebacker position, and made a lot of plays for us. And just sad to see him end this way, but he'll be having surgery soon. And then Fred Warner's still wait and see as well. So, we'll still a chance for Fred and for KJ to play.
Did the mood change at all for the team coming back to practice today after the win?
You know what? That is a lot the same. Our guys have always worked hard coming back on Monday, and I don't know if it's just having that day off and being able to, whether it's go to church or have some time off to just reflect on things. They've always been consistent, working hard every Monday, and players have worked hard. Coaches did a great job last week, and it was a great day for us today too. So hopefully we can keep this thing running.
The narrative for teams in your position sometimes is nothing left to play for. But as a coach and as players, do you guys find that question kind of ridiculous? Because
yeah,
life.
I think if our guys weren't really as mature as they are, like I said it at the end of the game. Remember, I said we have a team full of Eagle Scouts and returned missionaries, and so getting them motivated and it's not hard to do. These guys take over it, and they understand the issues and the losses that we were part of, but they understand there's a way to fight back from it, and adversity is really nothing new to them, So, yeah, this is one win. We're looking to get the next one, but we're happy that it happened, that we were able to put it together. But just looking forward to the next one, the next opportunity. And thankful that we have that too.
How were Chris Wilcox and Trey Green able to step up with Troy Warner being out? Can you assess their play?
Yeah, Chris did really well, and Trey, they got a lot of reps in there, but I think that Chris played exceptionally well. Did some really good things with his technique. He's still young, being a true sophomore. Trey is still new to the program, but he's understanding the technique and fundamentals that we're trying to teach him. Mike Shelton's been the guy that's been there consistently, and he got a pick. And so Gennaro Guilford's done a great job coaching his guys and preparing them well, and they bought into the system that we're teaching on defense, and it's working out. So it's tough to lose Troy because Troy's a dynamic player, but it's good that we have some guys that can step up and replace him.
What are your early takeaways on Fresno State?
Well-coached team. I mean, they have a lot of experience on that staff. One of their coaches, J.D. Williams, I worked with. He was with me at Utah, and so there's a lot of great experience and great coaching going on. You can see it on film, and they've been able to turn it around pretty quickly, And I know the quarterback. He was with me at Oregon State, so Marcus McMarrion. We know his skills, and I've seen him. So at least it's not that brand new for us, knowing his skills and things that he can do on the field. And what a great young man.
What difference did it make for your offense to hit that first big play, to just have that success right off the bat and be able to, get a chunk yardage play?
No, I'm glad it happened, and I thought Tanner did a good job reading his route progression and understanding not to force things, but I thought he protected the ball. On Saturday I mentioned that there's some throws that were a little bit off, but I thought he protected the ball pretty well, and if it's uncatchable, at least no one else was able to catch him. The pick came off of a deflected, off of Micah Simon's hands, and so I thought he protected the ball as well as he could. Maybe a little bit really conservative on some of his throws so that no one else could catch it, but I appreciate him trying to think of the team first more than anything. But the deep balls, I mean, there was there, and he was able to read it and connect on a lot of them. And that first play, I mean, whether it worked or not, I think defensively it kind of shocks you a little bit if they're willing to just do whatever, and that's part of what we talked about, being aggressive that week.
Fresno was 1-11 last year, and obviously this year they're much improved. What does that say about the nature of college football and just how,
Well, yeah, I mean,
turn it around quickly?
Yeah, and things can turn around real quickly. You said, I mean, look at Michigan State last year to this year, and even the year before that. You look at a lot of different programs that have kind of gone through it, and as a coach, I'm the guy that's going to say just be consistent and give the coaches some time. Give the head coach some time to make it work and establish their culture. But it's an impatient world, and we get it sometimes. That's a profession, so just got to live with it and keep working as hard as you can.
Did you play against Fresno as a player?
I did. In '98, I think we went there and lost, and I guess I didn't block well enough in that game. I could say they didn't throw me the ball enough, but yeah, if I would have ran the ball, it would have been more successful. But if you ask me more about that, I don't have a great memory. So I think in '94 we went down there too when I was a freshman, who won that game. So I think someone's going to check. I mean, someone will Google it and check on it. Yeah.
Now that Gary stepped down at Oregon State, has he had more time to talk to you, and have you consulted with him much?
No, I keep in touch with all those guys. So like Kyle and Gary are friends of mine, and Norm Chow. I mean, all these guys are available, and we with technology nowadays, you can text and keep in touch with everybody. So those friendships were there before the season even started, and so we're always going to lean on each other. I think it's a good fraternity of coaches that keep in touch. And I talked to Coach Brennan yesterday, last night, and just you're always going to keep in touch and see if there's any advice you can get from others. But I think we have a lot of guys that know what's going on here, and if I have any questions, I can just ask any random fan.
Last couple questions.
Ted Fruit's a Fresno State alum. You're a BYU alum, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's important for a head coach of a program to have that kind of connection to a program?
I mean, I think it's different. It's unique. Me being here and playing here and our coaches being through it. It's just when you recruit, especially, you lived it, so it's easier for you to tell it, and we all became better because of the schools that we went to, and we kind of went through that transition from a young man to an adult, and so you're always going to remember that place. It's always going to be great memories, and because you made that move. But when it all comes down to it, as coaches, yeah, you love being back where it started, basically. But this is about the players and about our program, and our players worked extremely hard for this win last week, and our coaches did a great job preparing them. So those guys did a great job. Me as a head coach being back, my old stomping grounds, it doesn't do much for me. I mean, I get the same feeling when I go back to good steakhouses that I had great food at. So.
Can you attribute the injuries to any one factor, or just the?
No, I think so. That one's always hard because I think life would be simpler if you could just name one problem, one reason why things happen, right? But there's a bunch of factors that go into it, and I don't know if we have that much time to talk about it, So whether it's guys coming home from missions or just sometimes a field surface or sometimes the just the wear and tear of football. Injuries are not brand new to this game, and you see it at all levels, whether it's little league all the way to the NFL. So yeah, if there's a secret remedy, I think everybody would figured it out by now. So that and weight loss, I'm still trying to. If someone has a magic pill that's chocolate flavored, I'd love it.
Anything else?
Yep.
What about the challenge of just being on the road and having such a late kickoff? What kind of things do you do to kind of keep the guys occupied between that long Saturday?
Well, there's a lot of football going on during the day. I think the harder ones are the late kickoffs on a weekday. You know what I mean? When you have to keep them kind of busy with meetings and stuff. And so this one, our guys love football and they'll watch film and they'll watch games and enjoy the college football atmosphere. And that's a lot of it. It's so much available. So many games available nowadays. So they'll have things to do with that, meetings and eating.
I was just going to ask on the injury thing, do you look for patterns, like lots of similar type of injuries? Do you have people looking at those types of things?
Oh, yeah.
Has that been the case this year, or has it been a wide variety?
Yeah, there's a bunch of, well, I think it's more, there's been a lot of different injuries, but there's a lot of breaks and issues with I mean, I think the variety is probably widespread. I don't know if you could really narrow it down to one thing, so it's not the weight room if that's what everyone's trying to get to. We have the best strength coach in the country, so Nu'u Tafisi, I'll back him up 100%. The guy played at Cal, worked at Boise State. Look at his resume. Boise State, Utah, went to USC, and he's doing a great job with our guys right now. So